Well, hello friends, welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to make potato leek soup. I've been really craving this lately. Autumn is here, although the weather in California is still pretty warm, but I'm just craving those autumnal meals. And this will just fit the bill perfectly. So it's just my husband and I. We don't need a huge amount, so I'm going to use two pretty large potatoes. We're going to dice these pretty small. A couple of leeks. I'm going to have to clean these real well because, as you know, leeks can have sand in them. So what you do is split the leeks in half, rinse them under the faucet real well until there's no sign of any sand. And basically, those are the two main ingredients. We're going to use our homemade chicken broth for the basis for the stock, for the soup. And at the end of cooking, we're going to add some cream to it. And of course, a little spice. I like Goya adobo, salt and pepper. I'm going to add some garlic to mine, although I don't think that's authentically French. In most of the recipes for vichyssoise, which is the traditional potato leek soup from France, but I like garlic in everything. And I'm not going to blenderize this completely because I like mine a little chunky. Again, a little departure from vichyssoise, but for potato leek soup, it's going to be just perfect. So let me get my chicken stock. Now, if you don't have any stock, you can just use bouillon cubes dissolved in water, or you can use chicken broth that's canned from the store, or you can use the concentrated chicken broth, and you just mix that with water to make your broth. So here we have our two potatoes diced up fairly small. Here we have a diced leek, and I'm going to actually do a couple of them. I wanted to just show you how nice these leeks are. I didn't see any sand in them. I did rinse them regardless. But as you can see, they're pretty darn clean inside there. So I'm just going to chop up a second leek, and we'll get to making our soup. I thought you might enjoy watching this lovely knife that I got from Costco do its job. This is a Cutco knife. And I am so glad my husband decided that we could go ahead and pick up a couple of these Cutco knives from Costco. I mean, it just really chops very effortlessly. I do include a lot of the green on the leek. A lot of people just include the white part of the leek, but I think some of the green is good too. It's a little extra greenery and it's got flavor, and what the heck, it's going to give the nice color to the soup. Okay, let's get this all into the pot and we're going to start cooking our soup now. I'm going to start with 1 quart of my homemade chicken broth. Of course, if you don't have your own homemade, you can use better than bouillon or whatever you've got on hand. And let's get this into our cooker. Alrighty, so we've got that lovely chicken broth. I'm going to start this on a high heat to bring this up to a boil. I'm using my Instant Pot Dutch oven, which it's kind of fun like Instant Pot does. It has a sear saute function, a slow cook function, so I can do a lot in this pot. I could have initially seared the leeks, but I don't think that's necessary. I'm going to just plop these in. I think if you're not that great a fan of leeks or oniony flavor, you could probably get by with just doing 1 chopped leek, but I put 2 here. They're going to cook down, so I love the flavor of onions and garlic and anything from that family. Leeks. But leeks are a little milder than onion, so for a soup, it makes a really nice flavor. So we've got our 2 diced leeks, or chopped leeks, I guess I should say. We've got a couple of potatoes here. I'll just plop those in as well. I'd say that's probably about, I don't know, 3 or 4 cups of potato. Mix those up. Yeah, I may need just another pint of broth, I think, for this many potatoes and leeks. Ooh, another good thing you could add to this is bacon. I didn't think about that in time. That would have been nice to add. Well, I may still cook some bacon and throw it in here. Now, if you'd like to make this a vegetarian or vegan dish, just use vegetable broth and don't put any bacon in. Okay, I couldn't resist that temptation to add bacon. Everything's better with bacon. So I've got a couple strips of bacon here that I'm going to fry crispy. And we'll add those into our soup. Meanwhile, I'm going to add the garlic. A couple of cloves of garlic. And a little bit of salt and pepper. I won't need too much salt since I'm going to be adding bacon. Alrighty, we've brought this up to a boil, and I am going to just turn it to slow cook and let this cook for about 4 hours or so. So I'm going to cancel my sear and put it to slow cook. I am going to add my bacon. Don't tell anybody who's a purist, but I love bacon in this soup. And we are going to just let this slow cook and come back when it's ready. Also, I like to use, in addition to just a little regular salt, I like to use Goya adobo because this has got some pepper, it's got garlic, it's got oregano, it's got a really nice flavor. So I'm going to add a little bit of this spice. You can use any kind of seasoned salt that you have on hand. Mix that in. And now if you've got your slow cooker at home, you can slow cook this for a few hours or just cook it on your stovetop for about 30 minutes or so until the potatoes are tender. And then it's ready to eat. It may not even take 30 minutes on the stovetop. Okay, we'll come back later. Alrighty, this has been slow cooking for about 4 hours. I really got inspired. My mother moved to assisted living at Oakmont Retirement Home here in Chino, and they have the best soups every day. And they've really inspired me to cook some soups. So here we have the basis of the soup. I'm going to just give it a little rough mash here. Nothing too extreme. Add a little cream to it and we'll be done. And I did just use the 1 quart of chicken broth, and I think that was plenty. As you can see, the leeks cooked down quite a bit, but they did give a nice color to the soup. Now, if you like yours really pureed, you can get a blender and puree this all up together. But I like it kind of a little chunky. And if you don't want it as fattening, you can use half and half or plain milk. I'm going to put a little bit of cream in mine. Okay, that's about how I like it. Still got a few chunks there. And a little bit of cream. And look how that livens it up. Very nice. Okay, let's dish this up and we'll have it for dinner. And have a little salad to go with this and maybe a steak. Perfect. Looking good. And the spices are just right. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you all again in the next video. Bye.